Yo, what's up, guys? D Money back at it again with some spicy decks for you. We got Lady Deathstrike coming out this week, actually tonight. I wanted to go over some awesome decks with a card that we crafted on stream, me and chat, and I'm going to play them all on my stream tonight. Twitch stream, link down below, and I'm going to have the timestamps down below if you want to switch, if you want to go around to the different decks that we built. But just going to explain Lady Deathstrike real quick. So it is a 5/3. On reveal, destroy each card here with less power than this. Of course, if you buff Lady Deathstrike up, then she can be a powerhouse. Doesn't go so tall, of course, but can get rid of some pesky cards. And if your opponent's playing like a lot of cards, it could be pretty nice. Could synergize with Destroy archetype as well. Destroy your own stuff while destroying their stuff. Also really good against cards like Dracula that have 0 power and are kind of impossible to interact with. So very interesting card. Got some really cool decks. Let's get into it. All right, I'm going to come out of the gate with my favorite deck that we made. This is called Buff Lady. And I mean, it does exactly what it says. We're just trying to make Lady really buff. We like buff ladies. So we have cards in here that synergize with being buffed as well. We have the Jeff that's really good with that. We have Dakin. We have Captain Marvel. And then we have our buff cards like Forge, Okoye, Nakia, and even Absorbing Men on those cards as well. Since we have a lot of 4-drops in the deck, of course, we have Zabu in here. We also have Scorpion in the deck because Scorpion will lower their cards so that they're in range of the Lady Deathstrike. Since Lady Deathstrike is going to be killing the smaller kind of things like 4 or less, 5 or less kind of thing, we do have Shang-Chi in here to deal with the taller guys. And last but not least, Iron Lad synergizes with a lot of cards in the deck. And if you hit Lady Deathstrike on it, that can be pretty sweet as well. You do have to be careful about where you play that Iron Lad, though, because you have to be prepared for that Lady Deathstrike, so you don't want to kill off your own guys. But this is the most exciting deck we built. I think this thing looks really crazy, but in the best way possible. Next up, we have Negative Lady. And Mr. Negative, of course, jumps out to you when you see this card's stats, the 5/3. Turn it into a 3/5 and get it pretty big. Especially with Shuri. You could also go into a combo with Lady Deathstrike and Zola, which a lot of people are excited about. This is definitely more of a high roll deck. I mean, Mr. Negative in itself is usually more high rolly. That means it's more fun. So of course we have the Psylocke and the Zabu to cheat out that Mr. Negative on turn 3. We have the magic to extend the game a little longer so we could get more of our pieces that we have negativized. If we have Lady Deathstrike already down on the board, we can play like Wong Ironheart, buff it up, Zola it over to the other lanes, kill everything. Since we're killing stuff, you know, Null might pop off too. I'm assuming this deck won't be the most consistent, but it does look like a lot of fun, and I hope you give it a try. Next up, we have Lady Has That Junk. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's your standard junk deck where you fill up your opponent's side of the board, but we also have Lady Deathstrike to kill off things like the Hood and the thing that we get from the Sentry. Deathstrike will also kill off the Dakin Shard that we get. Since this is kind of like the other deck, the first deck I showed, where it does a good job of getting over the smaller things, the Lady Deathstrike, we do have Shang-Chi in the deck to deal with the bigger things. So we're going to be able to fill up our opponent's board with cards like Debris and Viper, Titania, Polaris. You can do a fun combo with Polaris and Titania where you essentially give them 2 cards in that location and fill them up. And then Deathstrike should make this deck pretty cool. We'll see what happens. Next up, we have Thanos as a Lady. I really do like Legion in decks that run a location changer, and Thanos, of course, has the Redstone, which changes the location, so I think that works pretty well here. We also have Okoye in the deck. I think Okoye works pretty well with Thanos, especially if you get it at the beginning of the game, of course, and then you just keep drawing these powered up stones, and Jeff is really good with getting powered up. We got Dakin in here again, of course, really good with the Destroy archetype. And Angela's pretty nice because you put the stones on her, and then, or Jeff, and then you also play Killmonger, so you kill off all the stones, make more space for more things. We got Bucky Barnes in here to either synergize with the Carnage or the Lady Deathstrike. Dakin, of course, again, with the Destroy stuff, like Lady Deathstrike, like Carnage. The buff from McCoy is really nice on that. And then Shang-Chi for the same kind of deal. Shang-Chi is one of the most powerful cards in the game. I think you have to run it in a lot of decks that can't deal with those tall guys. That can't get really tall themselves, I would say. And the last deck is Lady is a Bro. Or Bro is a Lady, however you want to look at it. This is Cerebro 3 with Lady Deathstrike. Looks like a lot of fun. So a cool thing that you could do is you can get Lady Deathstrike. When you put Lady Deathstrike down on the board, it should absorb those Cerebro buffs and then kill anything that's below it. So if you have Cerebro and Mystique out, Lady Deathstrike will be 7 power, and it will destroy anything below 7 power. So it seems really cool. I'm excited to try this one out, of course. I mean, all the decks look really fun, but yeah, Cerebro 3 is one of the best Cerebros. It's probably the best bro deck that you could play because Cerebro 3 just has access to a lot of tech cards like Scarlet Witch, Cosmo, Killmonger, Shang-Chi, Valkyrie, even. Like, so many good tech cards in this deck. Unlike Cerebro 2, where it's just like you can fill up all the lanes and you can get out all your stuff, but you can't deal with what your opponent is doing. So I really like this deck. There's some consideration for like a Luke Cage kind of package in here, but I just couldn't really fit it in. But yeah, we're going to play these decks as it is on stream tonight, and we'll see what's up. We'll see what changes we want to make. But that's all the decks right there. I hope you guys try them out, and I hope you like them. Please let me know down below which deck you are most excited to try out. And I will also have a little thing right here. If you want to check out the variants for Lady Deathstrike, I just made a YouTube short on the variants, me rating the variants from 1 to 5. So check that out if you want. I hope you enjoy the card. I'll be playing with it tonight. See you next time. It's your boy. Thanks for watching.